All right, we welcome you back. Frank Frangie with Matt Hayes. Shane Beamer stops by, the South Carolina coach. How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You know what? You look like you're having a ball. and I'm telling you, if last year, this year, all of it, that is really cool. That's my take. Are you having a ball?
I am. I appreciate and am grateful for the opportunity that I have. Like, I get it. It's a high-profile, high-pressure job. But I'm a head football coach in the SEC. Like, I'm not going to let this thing I'm going to have fun and enjoy it. And I get it. If we don't win football games, I get fired. But there's so much good going on. I love talking South Carolina football. I love the players that I coach. I enjoy, believe it or not, the media part of it and talk and getting to know you guys. So I am having a good time. And don't get me wrong. I mean, we had some tough losses last year. It's not like I got a huge smile on my face and that those are great moments. But I also realize how blessed I am to be in the position that I'm in.
Shane, you guys, I tell these people this all the time. What you guys did last year, the fact that you won 7 games, and you guys were, I guess the best way to say it is you were challenged offensively last year.
Yeah.
At what point did you think, okay, we've got to completely revamp? And then you go in the offseason, and you did it. You revamped that offense.
Yeah. Good question. You know, for us, it was certainly when I sat here last year at Media Days, I didn't anticipate playing 4 different quarterbacks. I didn't anticipate starting a graduate assistant. That on this day last year was back in the office, probably putting playbooks together, starting the first game for us. So you certainly improvised and adapted as the year went on. And we knew certainly that we needed to increase the experience and depth and competition, not only at the quarterback position, but a lot of positions on offense. And we've been able to do that. We brought in transfers at running back. We brought in transfers at quarterback. We brought in transfers at wide receiver and tight end. And, we had some good players on our offense last year. We just needed more depth and more competition. Competition makes everybody better. And we set out to do that. And that was evident, fairly early on. And that's not a knock on our players. It's just we're all about competition in this program. And we knew we needed more competition all across the board.
Shane Beamer with the South Carolina coach. Tell us about Spencer Rattler. Tell us how that whole thing kind of came about. Obviously a big-time player in college football.
So I was at Oklahoma with Spencer and had a great relationship with him. And Austin Stogner, Oklahoma's tight end, who I coached. I was the tight ends coach at Oklahoma. Austin went in the portal and knew we needed to add a tight end, and I love everything that Austin's about. So we were able to bring Austin into the program. And during that process, Spencer hadn't made a decision yet. And I'd kind of given Spencer his space a little bit. I knew he was going to take his time and was very thorough. But Austin and his dad mentioned, look, Spencer would have an interest in South Carolina. Like we would like to play together, and there's some interest. You should, really not reach back out because I was, but really let's try and get this done. And talked to him and had conversations. And I had a relationship with Spencer, but Spencer's not going to come to South Carolina if he doesn't believe in what we're doing as a program. Right. And he had to believe in our offensive system. He had to believe in our offensive coaching staff and our ability to develop him as a quarterback. And he believed in all those things and what we're doing and decided to come and has made us better since day one.
Shane, you kind of undersell the offense. You got Christian Beal-Smith from Wake Forest, who's the reason Kenneth Walker went to Michigan State. You got Antoine Wells from James Madison, best FCS wide receiver last year.
Yeah.
You got Corey Rucker from Arkansas State, a really good receiver that not many people know about. You guys are going to be very good on offense this year, potentially.
Yeah, we've got more pieces, and I think we can get more creative. We've got, Josh Vann was our leading receiver last year, and we've added guys like you just said, Juice Wells or Antoine Juice Wells and Corey, and at the tight end position, we can do some different things because we've added more than one tight end to the group. So we've got more players, unique skill sets with all those guys, and certainly we're like no other team, or we're like most other teams in regards to the portal. We're always going to start with high school recruiting, but as you go into that December signing period, you come out of signing period and you say, okay, we didn't get done what we needed to get done at whatever position it may be. Running back for us last year.
Right.
Well, we need to go sign a running back in the transfer portal. Well, here's Christian Beal-Smith, and he believed in what we were doing and joined us. So they're proven players. They're experienced players, and they bring some great leadership to our team also.
Frank Beamer, is one of the most respected coaches just about any of us have ever known. And I mean that very sincerely.
Thank you.
And I really mean that. Growing up, watching him, that had to be such an influence on what you wanted to be as the head coach. I've got to believe that.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. And I've been around some great head coaches in my time, but to grow up as his son and to play for him in college and work for him, just took so much from him. And, I think the biggest thing is just the day-to-day consistency that he had, never getting too high, too low, resonated with me, and I would hope people would say the same about me. The way that he treated people. You see some head coaches, you guys have been doing this long enough, they become a head coach, and all of a sudden they drink like the head coach Kool-Aid. And they
So true.
Start treating people differently and acting differently. And Dad's the same way today that he was in 1992 when Virginia Tech won 2 games. I mean, success never changed him, and how he treated people in public or in privately never changed. So those 2 things really resonated on me, and I've been impacted by a lot of coaches, but none more so than him as a coach and as a man.
Has he seen the Soldier Boy dance yet?
I don't know.
You're trending now. You know that, right?
I know. Between my children and my sister and my wife, I'm sure somebody has sent it to him. I've got a bunch of texts and missed calls, so I'm sure one of those will be from him. And he did the what was it, the Harlem Shake or whatever?
Yeah.
That was big.
He did. That's right. He did.
He did that.
That's right.
So we're going to have to compare his Harlem Shake with mine.
He was the trendsetter, actually. That was probably, 7 or 8 years ago he did that.
I was coaching with him, but it was early on. So it would have been like, I don't know, 11 or 12, 13, something like that.
Yes. Yeah. That's pretty good. But you have to do that now with these kids these days, right?
You do.
You got to get in there.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to promote your program, and I knew it's shutting down social media, I know, but I knew it was a success as soon as I did it. And I've got text messages from recruits in Jacksonville, Florida, and recruits across the country, upcoming seniors, upcoming juniors that are like, Coach, and then seeing them talk about it on Twitter. So you're impacting those guys. And then, I got a text message on here from Stephon Gilmore, great former player, and they like it as well. So you want people talking about your program. There's a lot of positive buzz about South Carolina right now. So anything that we can do to continue to increase that, we will.
Final thing, and I appreciate your time here.
Yeah.
We're both very close to Steve Spurrier.
Yeah.
Steve and I have been buddies for a long time. And you certainly know Steve very well. In fact, I love the RBs. That was phenomenal, by the way. That was freaking phenomenal. And I love the fact that you don't take yourself too serious on that stuff. I think Steve proved you can do it at South Carolina.
Yeah.
I think there was maybe some doubt before that. 3 straight 11-win seasons at South Carolina.
Yeah.
Our jaws dropped.
Yeah.
Was that a big part of laying the foundation for when you were able to get there? A few coaches later, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Absolutely. Because I was there. My last year was 2010. We played in the SEC championship that year against Auburn. And not only that, we beat number 1 ranked Alabama. We beat Florida down in Gainesville for the winner was going to go to the SEC championship. Right. We beat them in Gainesville that night. We beat Georgia. We beat Tennessee. We beat Clemson. And then I mentioned Alabama. So we did that. And then I see all the resources that we have at South Carolina now that we didn't even have then. Our brand new football facility, brand new indoor facility, right. Stadium improvement. So there's a lot more things that have happened at South Carolina since that time. And we showed that we can do it. Now it's a matter of, for whatever reason, it's slipped the last couple of years, and now it's our job to get it back. But I'm not selling something to recruits that hasn't happened before. Or I'm not talking about, well, back in 1936 we did this. We did it about 10 years ago. And there's no reason at all why we can't get back, and that's what we're working towards each and every day.
Shane Beamer, the South Carolina coach, you're a neat guy, man. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys having me.
All right.